Hello, my friend. Welcome to Freedom Practices with Jenn. I'm Jenn Wallace, and I have a very special invitation for you. I'm offering this free of charge, and it is my gift to you. So, what is a freedom practice? A freedom practice is a specific way of connecting to the heart of who you are, to the deep truths and what matters most to you. And it's my experience that when we live from this place, when we make our life choices from this place, that we are living life true to ourselves. And this is freedom. This belongs to us, but we need to claim it and we need to practice it. So I've brought together 10 of the most impactful, best practices from my life coaching work, my yoga teaching, and from my life. And I have created freedom practice. So I would love to share these with you, and I'll let you know how you can access them in just a minute. I would first like to speak to why I am doing this right now. So, our life journey is full of bumps. We are going to come up against challenges. We're going to stumble, we're going to fall, we're going to get hurt, we're going to go through dark times. And this last year has been especially difficult on so many levels. It's really turned us upside down. So it's my hope that these practices will help us root down and anchor us to what's true and what's best for us, so that we can not just survive, but we can thrive. And we can create the world that we want to live in. So I feel like I'm being called to share these, and also called to maybe write a book about it. So as I share these with you, that will be helping me with this process. And I'd also like to share with you something that I've experienced in recent times, a hard, challenging event in my life. And in the last 4 years, I've lost 3 of my siblings. And a year and a half ago, I lost my sister Melinda, and I had been in charge of her care. She was dependent on people for care. So we were very bonded, and it was very hard when she did pass. And as I walked through the grief process with her, I reflected on her life, our life together, and this big question kept looming up at me, and it wouldn't go away, and it demanded an answer. And the question was, what happened in Melinda's life? What happened in Melinda's life? So I started thinking and reflecting, and what seemed to me was that she never was really able to grab hold of herself. That when she would come across a challenge, or she'd make a mistake or something, she would just run away from herself. So I'd like to share a story from her life that kind of speaks to this. And it happened when she was about 10 years old, and she was taking ballet. And she loved ballet. She was a very animated, energetic, beautiful young girl, and this just fit her. And one day, one of her teachers decided to share an opinion with her. And his opinion was, "You're too fat to be a dancer." So this, of course, just devastated her. And I remember my mom being upset. I was quite young, but I clearly remember how upsetting this was. And what happened was, she decided to stop dancing. She just let go of something that was near and dear to her heart, something that she absolutely loved, and she just ran away from it. And she also ran away towards other people who were also running away from themselves. And she got into drugs and alcohol later, and it just kind of spiraled, and it was a pattern in her life. And I often wondered, if she had had some support and these practices to help ground her, if her life had been different. So my question for you is, What keeps you grounded and rooted in yourself when you are experiencing hard times, dark times, challenges, when you're hurt? Who's making your choices? Are the influences of other people shaping your choices and shaping your life? I call that pretzeling ourselves. We often think we have to shape ourselves into something to fit in. And so that's what these practices are an answer to. And the answer to the question, after I did all this reflection, the answer that came to me was that it's okay to go through hard things. It's okay to struggle in life. It's okay to hurt. It doesn't make us bad people. It doesn't make us bad people. It doesn't diminish who we truly are. These are experiences that we're having, but we're still who we are. And we have what it takes to navigate through everything and be grounded and be clear. But it does take practice. So that's a little bit about why I'm sharing these with you. And I hope you will join me. And if it doesn't feel quite right, but you know somebody that it might interest, please forward this email to them, because I would like as many what I call freedom warriors as possible joining me in this. So if you decide that you were curious and you would like to join me, you will reply to this email and send me your name and your email address, and I will add you to the list. And then beginning April 25th, which is a Sunday, and for the next 9 Sundays after that, you will receive a Freedom Practice email from me. And this email has a 15-minute video attached to it. And you can watch the video whenever you want. You can watch it Monday, Tuesday. My hope is that you would watch it sometime at the beginning of your week as a way to kind of usher you into the practice and get you on the path. Okay? So when you get ready to open the video, I'm going to ask you to bring a journal and a pen, and we're going to sit together for about 15 minutes. I'll have my coffee, maybe bring your tea. And what I'm going to do is first share the week's practice with you. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to use examples from my life and from my work. And I'm going to help you understand what it is and how to integrate it into your week and practice it. Then we're going to grab our journals, and I'm going to give you a couple of prompts, and we are going to write together for about 4 to 5 minutes. And I'm going to encourage you to let this writing be as messy as possible. There's no rules about spelling, punctuation, how it has to sound. It's just you showing up just exactly as you are. The pen is just going to flow. And I like to call this freestyle journaling. And what often happens is some real deep truths rise up for us, and we get to know ourselves better, and we get to know what matters to us. So I will share the practice. I will then write with you, and then we will craft an intention statement together. An intention statement just means, how will I show up in my life? How will I show up in my life this week and practice this? So we'll take words and ideas and we will put it into action. And this intention statement is going to ground you all week. You're going to keep coming back to it and keep coming back to it as a way to stay rooted in who you are, what matters most to you. All right? So that is the practice. That's what it looks like. And like I said, if you'd like to reply to this email and leave your name and your email, you'll be put on this list. And also know that you could unsubscribe from this at any time. And if you miss a week, it's up to you. That you have total freedom. in this. It has as much freedom as possible. And, the technology is that as we're writing together, as I am explaining things, if you need more time, you can just press the pause button and take more time to write or think. Or you could listen to it again another time. So it has a lot of options for you. So I hope you will join me and become a freedom warrior. And, my favorite yoga pose is Warrior Two. And I think it's a great metaphor for this practice because the feet are grounded firmly into the earth. The legs are strong. The heart is wide open. Arms are open. And the gaze is really firm forward and on the truth. And what I like to call the bigger truth of who we are, that we are bigger than our challenges, than our problems, than our heartaches. We're bigger, and we have everything we need to navigate and not only survive, but really thrive. So thank you for listening in, and I look forward to sitting with you and practicing with you. And I'll leave you with a poem from Rumi, one of my favorites. And he said, "Why would you be content to crawl when you've been given wings?" Be well, be safe. Namaste.